The first thing that caught his attention was not the sound of the cafe's espresso machine, not the soft jazz humming through hidden speakers, and not even the stack of business documents spread across his table. It was the sight of a small, trembling hand holding a broken toy, hovering uncertainly near his polished shoes, as if afraid the world might shatter if it moved an inch closer. In that moment, a millionaire who controlled companies, markets, and destinies felt something inside him crack, because the eyes looking up at him carried a kind of quiet pain no amount of money could ignore. Before the story goes any further, take a moment. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the idea that even the smallest moment can change a life forever, please like this video, share it with someone who needs hope today, comment your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps stories like this reach hearts that need them most. The cafe was one of those expensive, glass-walled places where sunlight spilled in like liquid gold, reflecting off marble floors and designer handbags. People came there to be seen, to talk about success, to sip drinks that cost more than a day's wage for most. The man sitting by the window was a familiar face to business magazines, a self-made millionaire whose name was whispered with admiration and envy. He had arrived early, as he always did, to prepare for a meeting that could secure another major deal. His life was organized down to the minute, his emotions packed away somewhere deep and locked tight. Yet the little girl standing near him did not belong to that world. Her clothes were clean but worn, her shoes slightly too big, and her hair was tied back with a faded ribbon that had seen better days. In her hands was a toy, a small mechanical bird with one wing broken, its paint chipped and its battery long dead. She clutched it as if it were alive, as if letting go might mean losing the last piece of something precious. The millionaire noticed how she hesitated, how she glanced around the cafe as though expecting someone to pull her back, to scold her for daring to approach a man like him. He could sense the weight of her fear and her courage colliding in that fragile moment. People around them continued their conversations, oblivious to the quiet drama unfolding inches away. The girl finally gathered enough bravery to step closer. Her voice, when it came, was soft and uneven, shaped by hunger, grief, and hope all at once. She asked if he could fix her toy, explaining that it had been their last gift from her father. The words were simple, but they landed with the force of a storm. The millionaire felt his chest tighten, not because of the request itself, but because of what lay beneath it, a loss so deep that a broken toy had become a sacred relic. For a brief second, instinct told him to call a staff member, to hand the situation off, to return to his safe, predictable world of contracts and numbers. That was how he had survived for years, by staying detached. But something about the girl's eyes stopped him. They were not pleading for money. They were asking for acknowledgement, for care, for proof that what she held mattered. He set his papers aside, ignoring the subtle glances from nearby patrons. He took the toy gently, as if it were made of glass. As he examined it, memories stirred memories he had buried under layers of ambition. He remembered his own childhood, growing up in a cramped apartment with a father who worked himself into exhaustion just to keep food on the table. He remembered the one toy his father had saved months to buy, and how, after his father passed away suddenly, that toy became more than plastic and metal. It became love, time, and sacrifice frozen in place. The girl's story unfolded slowly as the millionaire listened. Her father had been kind, hardworking, and sick for a long time. He had promised her that no matter what happened, she should always keep believing in goodness. The toy bird was something he had fixed himself before giving it to her, telling her that even broken things could fly again if someone cared enough. When he died, the bird stopped working soon after, and she had been carrying it everywhere, hoping someone might help it fly again. The millionaire felt an unfamiliar sting behind his eyes. He realized how long it had been since someone had trusted him with something fragile. Most people approached him for investments, favors, or status. This child had approached him with grief. He tried to fix the toy right there at the table, using nothing but patience and careful hands. The cafe noise faded as he focused entirely on the small task, but despite his efforts, it was clear that the toy needed proper tools, maybe even a specialist. When he admitted he could not fix it immediately, the girl's shoulders sank, though she tried hard to hide her disappointment. That quiet resilience broke him more than tears ever could. Instead of turning her away, he made a decision that surprised even himself. He promised, not in words but in action, that he would try everything possible. He arranged for the toy to be taken to a workshop owned by one of his companies, where engineers repaired delicate prototypes. The idea seemed almost absurd, highly trained professionals working on a child's broken toy, but to him, it suddenly felt like the most important project of his life. While the toy was being repaired, he invited the girl and her mother to sit and eat. The mother, exhausted and wary, watched him carefully at first, clearly accustomed to disappointment. She explained their struggles, the medical bills, the empty space left behind by a man who had been the center of their world. The millionaire listened, truly listened, without checking his phone or glancing at the time. He realized how rarely he did that anymore. Days passed, and the millionaire found himself thinking about the girl constantly. Board meetings felt hollow. Profit seemed less meaningful. He began questioning the purpose of everything he had built if it could not ease even one small heartbreak. When the engineers finally returned the toy, not only repaired but improved, with its wings stronger and its mechanism smoother, he felt a rush of joy unlike any deal he had ever closed. He arranged another meeting at the cafe, choosing the same table by the window. When the girl arrived and saw the toy, now gently fluttering its wings again, her reaction was silent at first. She stared, as if afraid it might vanish. Then she hugged it tightly, her entire body trembling with relief and happiness. In that moment, the cafe disappeared again, replaced by something sacred and real. But the story did not end with a fixed toy. The millionaire realized that mending one object did not heal a life. He quietly set up a fund to support the girl's education, ensuring she would never have to abandon her dreams because of money. He helped her mother find stable work, not as charity, but as dignity. He did all this without press releases or cameras, driven by a need to honor the promise the father had made that his daughter should always believe in goodness. As months turned into years, the girl grew stronger and more confident. She carried the toy bird with her on important days, a reminder of her father and of the stranger who had chosen to care. The millionaire, too, changed. He began visiting shelters, funding repair workshops where broken items were fixed and given to families in need. He learned that repair was not just about objects, but about people, about restoring faith. Late one evening, long after another successful business deal, he found himself back at that same cafe, sitting alone by the window. He watched people hurry past outside, each carrying unseen burdens. He understood now that wealth was not measured by what he owned, but by the lives he touched when he slowed down enough to notice. If this story is touching, something deep inside you right now, if it reminds you of a loss, a kindness, or a moment that changed you, please take a second to like this video, share it, and subscribe. Your engagement helps spread stories that remind us we are not alone. And before this story ends, I have one special request for you. Please comment below with a single word that describes how this story made you feel: hope, tears, warmth, or anything else. Your words matter more than you think. The little girl never forgot the day her broken toy was given a second chance, and neither did the man who fixed it. Because in helping her, he repaired something inside himself that had been broken for a very long time. And sometimes, all it takes to change a life is the courage to stop, to listen, and to care. About a toy, about a memory, about a heart quietly asking not for money, but for kindness.